Good evening. This is Akashvani. I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. India gets a new parliament building. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it is a shining example of country's vision. President Droupadi Murmu calls it an important milestone in India's democratic journey. Construction of Amrit Sarovars in every district is a giant step towards water conservation, says the Prime Minister in Mann Ki Baat Programme on Akashvani. In Manipur, security forces gunned down around 40 suspected Kuki terrorists. 9 people, including 2 police personnel, also killed. In badminton, Prannoy clinches men's singles title of Malaysia Masters 2023 at Kuala Lumpur. And IPL Final between Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings delayed due to rain in Ahmedabad. And now the news in detail. India got a new parliament building today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated it to the nation in New Delhi this morning and installed the Sengol with Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Mr. Modi, Mr. Birla and Union Cabinet Ministers attended an all-religion prayer meeting. To mark the historic occasion, the Prime Minister launched a 75 rupee denomination coin and a postage stamp. Here is a desk report.
The Prime Minister arrived at the newly constructed Parliament building around 7:20 in the morning and paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi's statue. The ceremony began with the recital of the national anthem by all the members of Parliament, chief ministers of different states and other dignitaries. After that, Mr. Modi facilitated people who were involved in the construction of the new Parliament House.
Addressing the nation in the Lok Sabha chamber of the new building, the Prime Minister said the new building of the Parliament will call for the development of the world along with the development of India. He stressed that it is not just a building, but a reflection of Atmanirbhar Bharat and aspirations and dreams of 140 crore Indians. He said this is the temple of democracy, giving the message of India's determination to the world.
ये सिर्फ एक भवन नहीं है, ये 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की आकांक्षाओं और सपनों का प्रतिबिंब है। ये विश्व को भारत के दृढ़ संकल्प का संदेश देता हमारे लोकतंत्र का मंदिर है।
Mr. Modi said that India started its new journey after losing a lot during the slavery period. He said the journey has entered the golden age of freedom after going through many ups and downs and overcoming many challenges.
गुलामी के बाद हमारे भारत ने बहुत कुछ खोकर अपनी नई यात्रा शुरू की थी। वो यात्रा कितने ही उतार चढ़ावों से होते हुए, कितनी ही चुनौतियों को पार करते हुए आजादी के अमृत काल में प्रवेश कर चुकी है। आजादी का ये अमृत काल विरासत को सहेजते हुए विकास के नए आयाम गढ़ने का अमृत काल है।
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla also addressed the gathering. In her message, President Droupadi Murmu said the inauguration of the new Parliament building will be written in golden words in the country's history. She said it is a matter of pride and immense happiness for the entire country. The President termed it as an important milestone in our democratic journey. Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Mr. Harivansh, read out the President's message.
नए संसद भवन का उद्घाटन हमारी लोकतांत्रिक यात्रा में एक महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव है। आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव के दौरान हो रहा यह महत्वपूर्ण आयोजन हमारी लोकतांत्रिक परंपराओं के संरक्षण और विस्तार के प्रति हमारी प्रतिबद्धता का जीवंत प्रमाण है। यह हमारे देशवासियों की सामूहिक आशाओं व आकांक्षाओं से आलोकित उज्जवल भविष्य की दिशा में हमारे राष्ट्र को अग्रसर करने की ऊर्जा प्रदान करता है।
In a tweet, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said, it is eminently befitting that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the first Prime Minister of the country born after independence, has dedicated this magnificent building. The Vice President said he firmly believes that Parliament is the North Star of democracy and it is the most authentic constitutional forum reflecting the mandate of the people. The Prime Minister shared his thoughts in the monthly radio program Mann Ki Baat today. This was the 101st episode of the program on Akashvani. The Prime Minister highlighted the unique efforts of Yuva Sangam in strengthening the spirit of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat among the youth. Mr. Modi said the Ministry of Education has taken up this initiative, keeping in mind the unity and diversity of the nation.
विभिन्न राज्यों के उच्च शिक्षा संस्थानों को इससे जोड़ा गया है। युवा संगम में युवा दूसरे राज्यों के शहरों और गांवों में जाते हैं। उन्हें अलग अलग तरह के लोगों के साथ मिलने का मौका मिलता है। युवा संगम के फर्स्ट राउंड में लगभग 1200 युवा देश के 22 राज्यों का दौरा कर चुके हैं। जो भी युवा इसका हिस्सा बने हैं, वे अपने साथ ऐसी यादें लेकर वापस लौट रहे हैं जो जीवन भर उनके हृदय में बसी रहेगी।
Mr. Modi also noted that CEOs and business leaders of many big companies have spent time in India as backpackers. He expressed pride that leaders of other countries tell him about visiting India in their youth. Touching upon the subject of water conservation, the Prime Minister highlighted people's efforts in this direction. He also expressed happiness on construction of more than 50,000 Amrit Sarovars.
हम सब ने एक कहावत कई बार सुनी होगी, बिन पानी सब सून, बिना पानी जीवन पर संकट तो रहता ही है, व्यक्ति और देश का विकास भी ठप पड़ जाता है। भविष्य की इसी चुनौती को देखते हुए आज देश के हर जिले में 75 अमृत सरोवरों का निर्माण किया जा रहा है। आपको जानकर अच्छा लगेगा कि अब तक 50,000 से ज्यादा अमृत सरोवरों का निर्माण भी हो चुका है।
Mr. Modi mentioned some startups related to water conservation. The startup FluxGen provides water management options through IoT-enabled technologies. This technology is useful in learning about the patterns of water usage. The Prime Minister said it will help in the effective use of water. He also mentioned the startup Live and Sense, which has a platform based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. The Prime Minister said Kumbh Kagaz is another such startup which is working on making paper from water hyacinth. Recounting his visit to the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum during his recent tour to Japan, he called it an emotional experience. He said cherishing memories of history helps the coming generations. Mr. Modi also spoke about the International Museum Expo, which was organized in India a few days ago. It depicted the specialities of more than 1,200 museums of the world. Prime Minister noted that there are different types of museums in India which display many aspects related to the country's past. Mr. Modi said preparations are going on in the country and abroad to celebrate World Yoga Day on 21st of June.
21 जून को हम वर्ल्ड योगा डे भी मनाएंगे। उसकी भी देश विदेश में तैयारियां चल रही है। आप इन तैयारियों के बारे में भी अपने मन की बात मुझे लिखते रहिए। किसी और विषय पर कोई और जानकारी अगर आपको मिले तो वो भी मुझे बताइएगा।
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. In Manipur, security forces have gunned down around 40 suspected Kuki terrorists during encounters. 7 civilians and 2 police personnel were also killed in the encounters that took place in Sugnu Assembly constituency today. The terrorists set ablaze around 250 houses in the area. Condemning the violence, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh called the Kuki militants as terrorists. Addressing a press conference in Imphal this afternoon, he said the combined forces, including army and paramilitary personnel, have intensified operations against them. Our correspondent reports in Valley districts, the public set ablaze the residence of the Uripok Assembly constituency MLA after his son fired on them. 2 civilians were critically injured in the incident. The angry mob also vandalized the residence of 2 other MLAs. Meanwhile, indefinite curfew is imposed in 5 valleys from today. Additional security arrangements have been put in place to avoid any untoward incident. The Indian Space Research Organisation will launch GSLV F-12 NVS-01 at 10:42 tomorrow morning from Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Sriharikota. The countdown for the launch began at 7:12 a.m. today. A report.
This is the first of the second-generation satellites envisaged for the Navigation with Indian Constellation series. NVS series of satellites will sustain and augment the NAVIC with enhanced features. It offers two services. One is the standard position service for civilian users and restricted service for strategic users. India will join the list of 3 other countries in the world after this mission. The satellite will be injected into a geosynchronous transfer orbit at around 20 minutes after the launch. The satellite will also carry an indigenously developed rubidium atomic clock which will be used for GPS precise location timing. Joy, AN News, Chennai.
On the occasion of the Narendra Modi government completing 9 years in office, Akashvani News brings a series of special stories on government's initiatives. Today, we take a look at the schemes targeting empowerment of youth. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman made some major announcements for the youth in the month of February this year. The announcements were focused to help the Amrit Pidhi realize their dreams. A report.
Presenting the Union Budget 2023-24, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that the government adopts 7 priorities which complement each other and act as the Saptarshi guiding us through the Amrit Kal.
To empower our youth and help the Amrit Pidhi realize their dreams, we have formulated the National Education Policy, which is very wide in its scope, but one of the things is also to focus on skilling, adopted economic policies that facilitate job creation at scale and have supported business opportunities.
Youth power is one of the priority areas which include skill development. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 is another platform to skill lakhs of youth within the next 3 years. The scheme will emphasize on-job training, industry partnership and alignment of courses with needs of industry. Also, 30 Skill India International Centers across the different states are being set up to skill the youth for international opportunities. Rolling out the direct benefit transfer under the Pan-India National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme to provide stipend support to 47 lakh youth in 3 years and launch of a unified Skill India digital platform are also part of the mission. These initiatives from government are enabling the Amrit Pidhi to become skilled and facilitating access to entrepreneurship. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashvani News, Lucknow.
In Turkey, voting was held today for a second time in 2 weeks in one of the most decisive presidential races in the country's history. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who led Turkey for 20 years, is seeking another 5-year term. Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, a political veteran backed by a diverse coalition of opposition parties, is running against him. In the first round on the 14th of May, Erdogan received the most votes with 49.5% compared to Kılıçdaroğlu, 44.9%. Turkey holds elections every 5 years. The candidate who receives more than 50% of votes in the first round is elected the president. But if no candidate gets a majority vote, the election goes to a second round. Director AIIMS New Delhi Dr. M. Srinivas inaugurated sanitary pads vending and disposable machines at the hospital premises on the occasion of World Menstrual Hygiene Day today. These machines have been installed at different blocks of AIIMS. The vending machine will offer 3 sanitary pads at a cost of just 10 rupees. India's ace shuttler HS Prannoy has clinched Malaysia Masters Badminton men's singles title. He defeated Wen Hong Yang of China 21-19, 13-21, 21-18 in the final at Kuala Lumpur. World number 9 Prannoy received a walkover in the semi-final yesterday after Indonesia's Christian Adinata pulled out with an injury. Heavy rain in Ahmedabad has delayed the toss ahead of the IPL Final between Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans. Defending champions Gujarat Titans are up against the 4-time champions Chennai Super Kings in the summit clash at the Narendra Modi Stadium. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India gets a new parliament building. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it is a shining example of country's vision. President Droupadi Murmu calls it an important milestone in India's democratic journey. Construction of Amrit Sarovars in every district is a giant step towards water conservation, says the Prime Minister in Mann Ki Baat Programme on Akashvani. In Manipur, security forces gunned down around 40 suspected Kuki terrorists. 9 people, including 2 police personnel, also killed. In badminton, HS Prannoy clinches men's singles title of Malaysia Masters 2023 at Kuala Lumpur, and IPL Final between Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings delayed due to rain in Ahmedabad. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.